Hi everyone, I'm Tashina. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my recent cruelty-free and vegan favorites with you. So these are all the products I've been loving most. As always, all the brands are cruelty-free. All the products are also vegan. If you're looking for more resources on cruelty-free beauty, you're definitely in the right place. And you can also head over to my website, illogicalharmony.net, where you can find like shopping guides and vegan product lists for different brands and a full cruelty-free brand list. Or you can head over to my Instagram, where you're going to see a lot of like look of the date photos and makeup swatches and things like that. So you can kind of like be a little more up to date with things and see how things apply. I would love to hear your favorites in the comments too. So definitely comment, share your favorites for the month, and let's get right into it. This month's favorites was tough. So when I filmed my 2019 makeup and skincare favorites, I've continued to use a lot of those products. January favorites were some very solid things I've really been loving. So I would definitely reference the January video too. But I have a good mix here of like some skincare and some hair care and makeup. That's the word I'm looking for, makeup. First thing I want to talk about are some of the new Makeup Geek shadows. Now, Makeup Geek sent me their new vegan shadows when they reformulated. I am in their affiliate program, and so you could use affiliate code Logical Harmony. It'll get you 10% off anything at Makeup Geek, and the affiliate links and the affiliate codes do give me a small percentage of the sales, which keeps Logical Harmony running. So thank you to everyone that uses those. I really appreciate it. And also thank you to everyone who is a patron on Patreon. Oh, toughest mouthful of things to say. I really appreciate all of you guys that help out in any way to keep Logical Harmony running. But I wanted to talk specifically about a couple different shades in here. Now, the main one is I wanted to talk about Morocco. Morocco is freaking gorgeous. I think I had this before. So when they rebranded, they reformulated a lot of shades. I have a video sharing my thoughts on that. I'll link to that down below. But I've been loving Morocco. Chickadee is still such a solid one. But I really feel like this formula is better than the old one. So I feel like a lot of these shades that I did have before, like Chickadee I had before, I feel like they are more pigmented now. They're easier to blend. They're just gorgeous. And so I've been doing a lot of looks lately where I take, and I will list all these down below, but I take this like neutral one, Grandstand, which is like one of my all-time favorite shadows. I'm so glad that's still around. I was so nervous it was not going to be. So I'll take this nude shade, Grandstand, Chickadee, and Morocco and make like this warm eye, which I love. Lately, a lot of you guys have been like, enough with the warm brown eyes, but like I love those looks. But I really love these shadows, so I wanted to definitely include them. I also wanted to talk about their false lashes. Now, specifically the style Graceful. If you follow me on Instagram, which if you're not yet, you should, Logical Harmony, I have been loving these lashes and wearing them so much. Again, in the video that I'll link to down below, I talked about the lashes much more in depth, but the band is so light. They feel like nothing on the eyes. They're gorgeous. It has been a struggle for me to use different false lashes since I received these from Makeup Geek. I'll just put it that way. Like I love them so much. I highly suggest them, specifically the style Graceful. I think it's like that perfect mix of dramatic and everyday for a falsie. Like it has length, it has volume, it has like these little tufts in it. I don't know, I just think they're so pretty. They're so pretty. A couple other makeup things, which I just realized are mostly from the same brand. Bite Beauty sent me their new, what are these? The Power Move Creamy Matte Lip Crayons. And I've been really loving these. So I've received some lipsticks from them before. Bite Beauty is now all vegan, which is so amazing to see. But I've been really loving the shades Cava and Leche, which are both just such pretty like nudes. Cava is what I'm wearing today. I think it's a pretty like more cool tone one, and Leche is like a peachy warm tone nude, which is what I tend to gravitate to. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling so much. It's what I tend to gravitate towards. I guess 2 works as well. But the formula of these is very nice. It's very creamy. It's hydrating. I love the pencil applicator because you can really like apply it like a liner first and then put it on like a lipstick. I just really like these. I really like the shades. I feel like they launched all these new shades and they're all very pretty. Like when I look at them, I have all of mine that they sent to me in this little cup. I cannot choose which ones, but I've been loving these 2 a lot. Their Agave Plus lip mask, specifically in Buzzed. I'm so happy this is vegan. I'm so happy. I've been hearing about their lip mask for years, and everyone was talking about whatever the non-vegan version of this one, like the tinted shimmery one. Everyone would always talk about it, and I obviously was not using it because it wasn't vegan, and I always felt like I was missing out. And so this has been the product I've been waiting for from Bite for so long because I had serious FOMO about this for years. Everyone talked about it. Everyone loved it. It's so good. It's very, very pretty as well. This shade is a little bit shimmery. It's a little bit pink. I don't know how it compares to the non-vegan one. I'm just going to put that out there. But you can see it's just so pretty and nude. And the Agave Plus lip mask is just very, very thick. It's very rich. It's very nourishing. It's very hydrating. So it helps my lips a ton. And I love that it has that little bit of shimmer in there and that little bit of color because it makes it just something a little more special, just something a little bit different. I also wanted to talk about their Changemaker foundation. Now, I do have a first impressions video up. I'm working on a full review. So if you have any questions about this, leave them in the comments down below. I'm going to get into like the nitty gritty in this review because I think that's so important to do. And when I did the first impression, so many of you had really, really good questions about the foundation. It seems like a lot of you are kind of feeling like foundation fatigued in a way. And so you're really scaling back what you purchase. And I love foundation, so I'm okay with that because it gives me an excuse to try more. And I'm perfectly fine with that. But this stuff has been so nice. I've really, really been loving it. It's just the formula is so good on my skin. It works so well. It feels so lightweight. It looks so pretty. Like I love it so much. Again, I will be doing a full review, so I'm going to try and not say too much here, but I would highly suggest checking it out, even if that just means going to your local Sephora and picking up a little sample. Another foundation combo I wanted to talk about. It's not another combo, the only combo. I just burped, excuse me. Sometimes when I'm talking, because my coffee I think just kicked in, and I get anxious and I swallow a lot of air because I'm like, am I saying this right? I just stumbled over that word. Oh my gosh, that came out weird. And then I start swallowing air. So sorry. This combination of foundations is so good. So the NYX Born to Glow, which I talked about in my January favorites, I love them. It's so good. It's so, so good. And then the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. So I've been mixing these two. Hi.
It's snowing.
What?
Yeah, it's snowing right now.
No way. Is it really?
Yeah.
Let me see. Will you open the blinds?
Yeah.
What the heck?
It's snowing just a little bit, but it's snowing. See? Can you see the little flakes?
No.
Oh. Well, I guess you'll have to look when you're done filming.
Man. Yeah, I
But
don't
yeah,
see it at all.
It's like tiny little flakes, like, oh, jeez Louise. There's so many crystals in here. Okay. Just thought I'd let you know.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye. Have fun. I have been, like I mentioned, trying to buy fewer products, and I've also been sometimes self-tanning, mostly not, and I'm getting back into it a little more, and so I've been trying to shade match by mixing products that I have, and that's how I originally mixed these two together. So I was like, I wanted to do a video using the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, and a couple days later, I was like, you know, this is a little dark for my skin right now, so I'm gonna pop in some of this vanilla shade of Born to Glow just to like color match it a little bit. This combo is so gorgeous on the skin. It is so pretty. It wears so well. The coverage is good. It applies really good. I know when you put them together, I think you're looking at like 15 to 20 bucks, which really isn't bad for two foundations, like not terrible, but the combination is gorgeous. So if you're like me and you like a dewy, medium full coverage, wears well, this is a combination to try. I highly, highly suggest it. The two just like covered everything on my skin. It wore well. Like I loved how it looked. Honestly, these two together kind of reminded me of like some of the other like more expensive foundations that I have in my collection that are like more full coverage, a little hydrating. I don't know, but definitely try this out if you are like me, if you have dry skin, if you like fuller coverage foundations, or if you're just like me and you're weird and you like to mix things together and see what happens, mix these together. Great combo. Getting into skincare, I wanted to talk about the Fab Pharma Arnica Relief and Rescue Mask from First Aid Beauty. Again, quite a mouthful. This stuff is a really, really nice, especially if you have dry, sensitive skin. That's who First Aid Beauty like really targets with their products, are those of us with sensitive skin, people like Justin who have, what is it called? Eczema. eczema, that's what it was. I wanted to say arnica, and I was like, arnica's not a skin issue. They have really good skincare. Anytime my skin is very irritated or angry, First Day Beauty is like one of the only things that will soothe it. So they did send me this, and I've been using it, and it's so nice. Since we're like still in winter here, but kind of getting out of winter, we're having days where it's like 20 degrees and then the next day it's like 45. And that is tough on my skin, especially in this dry desert climate. And so I've been using this a lot and it has really helped. And what I like about it, okay, so you put it on and you leave it on for at least 15 minutes. And then it says you can either rinse it off, like towel it off, or like massage it into your skin. And I did that last night because my skin was red and irritated and angry. Like, I don't know what was going on with it yesterday, but it was like, it hurt. My skin like burned kind of. So I put this on and it immediately just completely soothed it. And I did rub it in and leave it on overnight. It was so soothing. This morning, all my redness was gone. It just made such a huge difference in my skin. And I've been using it pretty consistently for the past month and I love it. If you need a good moisturizing, hydrating, calming mask, this is a great one. I like to use it as an overnight mask. I've always loved overnight masks, but this one is really nice. I highly, highly suggest it. Do you also want to talk about Rump from Lush? So this was in a favorites video a very long time ago, I think like August. And I talked about how it really helped with like my stretch marks and things like that. I noticed that in the video footage, the skin on my thighs and my butt looked so much better than it has in the past. I don't talk about this much because I don't know why, but I actually have a lot of stretch marks. So growing up, I went through phases where I would gain weight and then lose weight and gain weight and lose weight. The past few years, that hasn't really happened. Like, I'd say honestly, since I went vegan like 9 years ago, I haven't had that issue. But before that, my body would definitely I would gain like 20, 25 pounds and then lose that same 20, 25 pounds. And it wasn't like a yo-yo cycle, but it would just happen once in a while. And so because of that, I have a lot of stretch marks on my hips, my thighs, my butt, and it is always something I've been self-conscious about. And this stuff has really helped. It's so moisturizing. That is my favorite thing about this. It is like straight up butters, like what's in here. You have rose water, you have Kakupa cow. I say that correctly. I don't. Cacao butter, aloe vera gel, avocado butter. Like, you have so many good oils and butters in here. And so it's very hydrating. Now, like I mentioned when I was talking about this mask, my skin is getting angry lately because it's so dry. And so like, it's not just the skin on my face that hurts, but like the skin on parts of my legs or my arms will get so dried out that it kind of like burns, like it hurts so bad. And it's just the air. Like, if I don't drink enough water one day, for days I'm feeling it in my skin. So it's not like I have a skin condition. Before, when I've talked about this, people have been like, maybe you have this, maybe you have that. I don't have any of those. It's just how my skin reacts with the environment and how my skin is being sensitive. But this stuff helps to soothe everything. And I feel like the bonus is that it helps with my stretch marks. Like, that's not why I was using it to begin with. I'm just very attracted to Lush. You guys know how I love Lush. I want to try everything from them. So when this first launched, they sent me one. I've purchased it since. They've sent me a couple as well. I think just like one other. But it used to be orange. And it has not been orange in a while, but I realized I hadn't talked about that. So when it was orange, it used to like stain my skin, it would stain my pajamas, my sheets, whatever, but now there's no color in it. And I heard that they're discontinuing this, and I'm really, really sad because it's amazing for dry winter skin. It's amazing for areas that need extra moisture and that you want to make sure, like, you know, get that extra TLC. I'm not going to say that it's going to work on stretch marks for everyone or things like that, because I just don't want to make that claim. And I don't think that's something we necessarily need products for. Like, I've looked for that before in products and I've always felt disappointed. And honestly, I've just kind of accepted that that's what my body has, and that's fine. Like, maybe not everyone has stretch marks, but a lot of people do. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We need to really normalize those things about our body. So that's also why I'm talking about it. Like, people look at me and they're like, but you're like a size 0. Why do you have stretch marks? I'm like, because I do. Bodies are weird. Bodies are not perfect. Your size has nothing to do whether or not you have stretch marks or cellulite or any of those things. So, like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. If you are a fan of like the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream and things like that are also ultra hydrating, this is a really, really good one. I feel like this works so much better than Boom Boom Cream. Now, I love Boom Boom Cream too, but The Boom Boom Cream didn't do anything for my stretch marks. It didn't do anything like that. This stuff has been amazing, so I'm really sad Lush is discontinuing it. And again, I just highly suggest it if you need something that is super duper ultra hydrating, really helps to put that moisture barrier back on your skin. This stuff is going to do it. I freaking love it. It's so good. I like to sometimes layer it too. So I'll put this on and then I'll put like a body oil from Franklin and Whitman or Osea Malibu over the top. I'll link to the two that I use down below. And I'll do that at night, like after a shower or a bath, and it just like locks everything in. Every moisture, every little bit of moisture is in my body. Anyway, I talked about this for a long time. So let's move on to our last product, which is the IGK Beach Club Texture Spray. Now they have sent me this, I've purchased it. The stuff is amazing, and lately I've fallen back in love with it. So as my hair is getting longer and I'm trying to figure out what the heck I want to do with it, I'm just having fun like embracing the weirdness of it and the texture, but these are like my shortest layers right now. And so I don't have like a ton of volume. I naturally have very fine hair, and volume has always been a struggle for me. And I love volume and I love texture. And a lot of products that say they add volume and texture weigh my hair down because it is so fine. And this stuff is like the perfect balance. Like I've talked about this before in favorites videos, but it just adds so much into my hair. And I feel like it's a product that works for a couple of days. Let's put it that way. I don't wash my hair super often. I washed it yesterday. So this is my hair with no product in it, just air dried as is. And I feel like this just adds so much texture and so much volume. So I like to spray it onto the roots to add texture there and kind of like shake it in like you would dry shampoo. But I also like to put it on my ends and kind of like make it all piecey. I have coffee right here, so I'm not going to spray it. But if you like textured hair, this is a great option for you. Also, the Franklin and Whitman Sea Salt Hair Mist is great if you like textured hair too, but for me it works best if I apply it when my hair is damp, so I don't use it as often as I use this. Those are my February favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment and share your favorites down below, and I'll see you next time.